Okay, now for my review of the Marantz NR1403 sound and audio video receiver. I have different sound modes here. Music, so I think that's plain music. 2, pure direct. Here's the status. It's on direct auxiliary right now. You have an HDMI plug here, and there's I think 4 more in the back, one for DVD, Blu-ray, monitor. There's all kinds of stuff in the back, and I'll show that in a different part. Here's your setup mic, headphone jack, jog, and there's input selector. So this is gonna media player. We have a CD input. That's just your regular composite jacks. Tuner, I don't have that hooked up. TV audio, one for that. That's an S video plug-in. MX port, I don't know what that's for. Cable and satellite. Could probably plug that in if it has a jack for an actual antenna, and I could just run the sound through there. But you have an HDMI 6 and 1 output, so that's 7 actually. Discrete 5-channel amplifier, Odyssey, multi-EQ, dynamic volume, auto setup. There's an easy setup I actually haven't figured out yet. This is Bluetooth ready with the RX 101. So I guess I could run my phone music through here, like on Amazon Music or something. I'm gonna try that and see how it works. There are higher end models of this receiver. However, the problem with those is there's no phono input on them. So in other words, you cannot hook up a record player to the newer or higher end Marantz AV surround receivers. And there's the NR1404 and 1405 or something. From what I've heard, they sound better than this. This does have a nice warm sound. Movies sound incredible on here. CD sound just way better than I've ever heard them. There's a lot more sound detail, dynamic sound. You hear things in music you never heard before. It's just, the music is much more alive, and it's just, I was wowed when I first listened to a good portion of my collection on here. I still have a ways to go with listening to stuff, but well worth your money. You have 4 feet on here, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. This thing does weigh a good maybe 20 pounds, maybe 30. So that means, there's really good components in here. Maybe one day I'll open this up and show it. But there's definitely some good innards in here, good guts to the system, obviously, because it sounds amazing. I can't wait to hook up my record player and play records with this thing. I mean, I paired these with, older bookshelf Marantz speakers. I forget when those were made, probably in the 90s, that's my guess. But this model was made, I believe, last year. Maybe even the year before. But it was, I think the parts come from America, but the unit itself is assembled in China. And I will make a part 2 of this, to the a part 2 of this showing the back of the system. But there is your regular, I guess what they call coaxial speaker. How you hook up the speakers. There's just a coaxial type cable coming out of each of the inputs for each speaker. Front left, back left, front center, or center, I'm sorry, back right, front left. It's a real bitch to set up. Actually, I'd use tweezers to wrap the actual wire of the speaker around each coaxial cable, or each metal rod, and it took a good hour and a half to do. I didn't do it all in one foul swoop, but I wish they'd made that a lot easier. The subwoofer is just a male plug-in. I forget what they call it, but that's the closest I can get to it. This is well worth your money. It's within the affordable range of price. Good sturdy plastic. It doesn't feel super cheap. This is a little thin here, the metal on top. That's kind of what it looks like right there. But it looks like it's well made. Good paint. We could just take a look at the side of the unit. And this will come off. Haven't attempted to take it apart just yet, but I probably will in the next video, so stay tuned for that. That'll be coming much later on.